show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Whoa, whoa, the Mr. Marty Show. The Mr. Marty Show. Happy Halloween, everyone. So glad you're here. So glad you're here to be scared. Pull up a chair. Gonna fill you with joy, yeah, we're gonna fill you with a little bit of fear. So much you're gonna scream. On the Mr. Marty Show, everybody dance. I'm the Mr. Marty Show. The Mr. Marty Show. The Mr. Marty Show. Whoa, whoa. The Mr. Marty Halloween Show. I'm the Mr. Marty Show. Mr. Marty Show. The Mr. Marty Show. Wow, that one really stunk. The Mr. Marty Show. The Mr. Marty Show. Yeah, it's a Mr. Marty Show. Show, 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 show. Show. Always something scary on the Mr. Marty Show. Bang!
Hi, Mr. Marty fans. Margoonor here with Angel. Ooh, I love to howl with you. Oh, today we're talking about the origins of Halloween. Oh, I think you know a little bit about this.
A little bit.
Okay. I know you're going to read something to us that's important about Halloween.
Right. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Marty fans. This is called The Ancient History of Halloween.
Woo!
Halloween origins date back to the ancient Celtic festival of Celtic. The Celts, who lived 2,000 years ago, mostly in the area that is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France, celebrated their New Year on November.
Happy New Year!
This day marked the end of summer and the harvest, and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, a time of year that was often associated with human death. Celts believed that on the night before the New Year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. On the night of October 31st, they celebrated Samhain, when it was believed that the ghosts of the dead returned. In addition to causing trouble and damaging crops, Celts thought that the presence of the otherworldly spirits made it easier for the Druids or Celtic priests to make predictions about the future. For a people entirely dependent on the volatile natural world, these prophecies were an important source of comfort during the long, dark
Ooh, we've got death, we've got dark winter, cold, scary things. How nice for them that they had one day that was good for them and could bring them joy. Oh, well, I'll go to the other side of the world and to the Asian people, and it's it's the moon festival. It's kind of like the Day of the Dead, and each person puts out food for their ancestors to eat. And they really believe that their food is eaten by the ancestors when they come out in the morning and there's nothing left. I don't know if that's exactly who's been eating that food. I think it's maybe the scary rats and cats and all sorts of things. And also, they do go up into the hills where they have buried their people. They dig them up and wipe off the bones and then rebury them again. Oh, what a hard thing to do.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh yes, it's something to howl about. Oh. So, for the ancients out there who believe in Samhain or Halloween or Moon Festival, we always wish you peace.
There's a goblin at my window, a monster by my door. The pumpkin at my table keeps on smiling more and more. There's a ghost who haunts my bedroom, a witch whose face is green. They used to be my family till they dressed for Halloween.
Hi, Mr. Marty's fan. My name is Mie Tamura. I'm here to talk about Japanese ghosts today. I was born and raised in Japan, Kyoto, and I've been here in Chicago for the last 20 years, and I'm very excited to share with you some of the story about yokai, Japanese ghosts, and all the other topics. So here we go. Before I introduce specific character of yokai, let's learn more about what yokai is first. Yokai in English translation, it usually refers to ghost, demons, monster, trickster. In Japanese, it has broader meaning which refers to all of those mysterious things that happen beyond human power. If you take a look at their kanji characters, it is easier to understand. Yokai word is written with two symbols, both mean suspicious and doubtful. They are folktale creatures with spiritual supernatural ability that has influenced many Japanese art, which is a part of big cultural symbolic features. So now let me introduce you to 5 of my favorite yokai characters. First character is Kappa, meaning a water monster looks like a turtle boy that lives in the river. Kappa showed up in a Japanese folktale story 400 years ago. It was known as a murderous creature that steals children, drown them into a river, and eat them alive. People used to believe that Kappa act out when they had water-related natural disaster. Today, Kappa is more known as a nice spirit, used as a character for cute mascot character that many kids love. So another yokai character is Kitsune, trickster foxes from traditional Japanese folktale story. People used to believe they are supernatural godlike talents and power that they can do mind control, human possession, even affecting weather. They are believed to have also known to be a messenger of Shinto's god. You will also see those kitsune character in front of shrine like Fushimi Inari in Kyoto, where I grew up. Now I'm going to introduce my favorite yokai character called Tanuki, meaning raccoon dog. It is known as a raccoon dog. It is described as a forest spirit of friendly nature. It is known to play tricks on humans. It can even transform into human as well. If you see Tanuki next time, it is considered as a good luck and you will come across luck and prosperity shortly after. So last 2 yokai characters are very similar to the ghosts we have here. So now we're going to talk about Yurei. They are the soul people who passed away that they still regret to the real world. They are often flowing with white corpses, dressed in a draping kimono with long black hairs. They are deceased people who have not yet able to join their ancestors. You may have seen it before. It is because it might remind you of Sadako and 4 evil spirits from the ring. So let's talk about Oni. Oni is ogre who is strong, fearless creatures. They are known to bring bad luck and disaster with them wherever they go. They are originally from hell and legend that they occupy abandoned area. Every year, the day before springtime, Japanese people celebrate Setsubun, which is on February 3rd. On this day, you will see kids throwing out beans out to Oni, adults dressing up in masks as Oni, and throwing the beans out to say, Oni wa soto, fuku wa uchi, meaning devils are out, good luck to come in, to keep the devils away and bringing a good luck for the rest of the year. So I hope you enjoy learning about all those 5 yokai characters that we talked about today. And I hope one day you'll find your own favorite yokai characters. And see you next time. Bye! Mata ne!
Hi, Mr. Marty fans. As the sign says, I love Brookfield Zoo. Decided to go and take a trip to Brookfield Zoo on a beautiful October afternoon. They were getting ready to set up for Boo in the zoo, as you will see from several of the slides. This is a butterfly exhibit, which I can't tell you, every time I've been here, it's never been open. But I guess there's only certain times, maybe in the spring, that the exhibit is open. This is a beautiful area where the fountain is. Brookfield Zoo sign, beautiful scenery. They've got beautiful landscaping. I even took some pictures of the different animals that are around the zoo. They have a new attraction this year, a Ferris wheel. I can't wait, to be some fun. Oh, and what is this skeleton running from in the fountain? I just love these. Tropic World. They keep changing it every time we go. Here's a simian friends eating some lettuce. Here's the big guy. I always go to Brookfield Zoo to see him. And of course, he's with family this time. They have a new exhibit called the Gorilla Trek. It's a virtual reality. I always love doing this, always love seeing the fish. Just so tranquil to watch them. The jellyfish. One of my favorite animals is the giraffe. They're just majestic creatures. And here's a zebra. They had a baby, but it wasn't out in the zoo that day that we went. But this is one of the youngsters with the mama zebra. It was a gorgeous day at the zoo. Thank you, Mr. Marty fans. Hope you enjoy.
Hello, Mr. Marty fans. Mike McScary here. I'm back this week to share with you the final episode of my story, The Monkey's Other Paw. We left off last week after Henry Green made his second wish, conceding that Antigone Musica wasn't taken with his personal charms. He was willing to settle by having the monkey's paw charm her. Tonight, episode 5, The Wish to End All Wishes. I wish that Antigone loved me, and that she and Jesse were no longer dating, and she wanted her kids to bear my name. That should about do it, he thought. The paw jumped and buzzed in his hand, but this time Henry was prepared for it. He was already late for a dinner that Jesse had invited him to, but now he had a reason to get there. He texted Jesse, OMW, running late. Then he added, hope everything is going okay. He smiled to himself and hit send. Almost immediately, Jesse replied, OMG, I need to talk to you. You won't believe what just happened. Please, hurry. Could they have broken up that fast? Henry was afraid to hope, but it had to be, right? When he arrived at Jesse's place, there was an eerie quiet in the air. His knock rang hollowly. The door began swinging inward, and suddenly, out of nowhere, Antigone was on him. I love you, Henry. I love you, love you, love you. For a moment, Henry's heart almost burst. And then he saw Jesse come from behind the door, a big Cheshire cat grin on his face. Antigone was fluttering her hand in front of his face, the big diamond flashing at him. He barely heard as she continued. None of this would have happened if you hadn't introduced us. Jesse and I agree. We're going to name our firstborn after you. The color drained from Henry's face. He'd messed up again. Damned white magic. He got everything he wished for and nothing he wanted. I hope it's not a girl. You pig goof, said Antigone and swatted him. Then she'll be Henrietta. Yeah, I'm a big goof, all right, said Henry. He laughed and was pretty sure it sounded all right. He smiled and hoped it didn't look forced at all. Surely no one could tell that on the inside he was counting down to disaster. 2 wishes wasted. He would have to make the final one count. Over the next few months, with the growing buzz about the coming record and the news of their engagement, the media couldn't get enough. Jesse and Auntie out in the town in New York. Jesse and Auntie visit an orphanage. Jesse and Auntie at a Taylor Swift concert, for cripe's sake. Henry got some satisfaction that it always sounded like Jesse was cavorting around with his own mother's sister. Yes, Auntie, no Auntie. Funny and sad, but not enough. One day, feeling at loose ends and rather morose, Henry went out. He didn't know where he was going, but he wasn't really surprised to find himself in the same bar where he had first been given the monkey's other paw. He sat alone in the back in the same chair and pulled the cursed thing out of his pocket. He turned it feverishly in his hands. There was still one wish left, but there was no longer any real hope. He was more than a little surprised that Morris, Sergeant Major Morris, wasn't there. Of course, he'd probably show up after the wish to pick up the paw and carry it off to the next poor sap. Suddenly, a shiver went down his spine. He could put it off no longer. It was time for the final wish, the end of the countdown. This time, there would be no white magic rescue. There couldn't be. Let that damned white magic karma fix this. Henry picked up the paw, and before he could lose his nerve, said, I wish Jessie and Auntie were dead. Dead and gone forever. The paw twisted and turned in his hands, and he let it drop. The wishes were done. He wasn't proud, but a feeling of calm washed over him. At least now he could begin his life again. His phone lit up and buzzed on the table. A lump formed in his throat as he saw it was a notification from Jessie's fan page. Breaking news. He felt a stab of guilt, but he tapped the phone lightly and stared in mounting horror and disbelief. It was awful. Impossible. The message read, Jessie Toten here with some big news. My fiancé and I have finally come up with a name for our group. I'm surprised it took us so long. If you know any German, you know what my last name means. But something you might not know is that I don't call my girl Auntie. She's Gonnie at home. My gone girl. Not like the movie, but as in gone head over heels in love. Next month, we'll be heading out on tour together as Dead and Gone, and you'll finally get a chance to hear our new album, Forever, featuring best wishes for all of our fans. Well, as you can imagine, that announcement gave young Henry pause to reflect. If I may offer up a final moral of the story, never wish ill of anyone you dislike. Your wish might just be granted. Thank you. Have a pleasant Halloween.
I have a theory about ghosts. Okay. You know how we can all experience temperature? And this is coming from someone who wants to be able to explain it, who doesn't know what's going on, but it seems like there's something there, you know? People aren't just making stuff up for fun. Like, we all witness stuff, and there's something there. So why hasn't science proven it yet? There was a period of time where we all witnessed temperature, but we didn't know how to measure it, because it's like you can see, oh look, the ice is happening. That's that temperature. That's something that happens in nature that is a direct response to temperature. And we noticed that again when mercury expanded and contracted reliably when temperature changed. And when we put it in a glass tube and put markers and assigned a number to it, then we started being able to measure temperatures outside of the human perception, like 0 Kelvin or the surface of the sun. And so right now we don't have a way to quantify consciousness. We have brain waves, but it's like at this point we can't prove that like a fruit fly has consciousness. You know, it's that sort of thing. It's like you're aware of it, I'm aware of it. We can't prove that each other are aware of it. It's just one of the things that is part of life that we don't have a measurement for. So I'm thinking, as soon as we figure out a metric, if we find the mercury of consciousness that corresponds, ghosts are like the 0 Kelvin of consciousness. That's what I'm thinking. So do with that theory what you will. It's completely based in nothing. Well, something to think about. It's a little something to chew on.
me.